Hey everyone, Nefer here. Just kidding. Or am I? Just kidding. Anyway, so title of the video is appreciating Stygian Onslaught because like this has been the hardest Stygian Onslaught for me personally, and I'm sure for many people, honestly, because like okay, every single like of the end game contents like what is it called, Spiral Abyss, Imaginarium Theater, and Stygian Onslaught. Like the first few days, at least 2 days, people just keep complaining that it's unbeatable and and they can't, yeah, like it that Hoyo is shilling to not cry characters and whatnot, and it's really like that gets really annoying and whatnot. But the thing is that this time they were proven right. um Proven right in a way that, like, yes, I did pull a not cry character to clear Stygian Onslaught. And like, even then I'm still going to refute against it or whatever, like just gonna straight up say that they're still wrong at the end of the day, right? Because what's going on is that, like, at the end of the day, just because I couldn't clear it without a not cry character doesn't mean that other people can't, right? Doesn't mean that it's impossible to beat, or like, it's not impossible, sorry, just that, like, it's a lot more difficult for other people to beat it, right? But the thing is that, like, I see a lot of different crazy kind of clears. Now, the thing is, it does take a lot of skill, so that is something to keep in mind. Like, for example, um, this amber one. Actually, I'll go show this amber one while I'm talking. But in any case, though, point is though that, like, yeah, there are all kinds of different ways to clear the Stygian Onslaught. It's just a matter of creativity and skill. But the thing is that I should really... Okay, well, no. I was gonna say that I should really not consider it skill when it comes to this kind of content, but it's like, if I don't consider it, then what's the point of Stygian Onslaught, right? That's the thing. So yeah, like, at the end of the day, I can't deny that, like, if you want to do Stygian Onslaught, the fearless mode or whatever, right? If you want to get that feather, then you gotta have the skill for it, right? And then there's also the creativity as well, which is the biggest thing. But I say that, but skill is like such a big deal as well. In any case, though, again, I am the perfect example of that. I failed to do Stygian Onslaught without a non-cry character, therefore, right? But at the end of the day, right? Like, apparently, I did have the characters to beat it. Like, there was this one other video. Let's see if I can find it. It was a let's see, Bennett and Shangling. Yeah, okay. So let's do that. Let me look for that. Also, keep in mind that, like, I have the videos up like this because I want you to be able to see, like, the title and who made it and whatever, so I don't have to, like, go through the trouble of linking it myself. If you want to find it, here it is, right? Yes, after searching, it is by Cavern Man, the Luke Giga Chad here. But in any case, though, as you can see, right, he uses Bennett and Shanling, and I just skip to the part where he beats it. Like, you know, the damage part, right? Like, look at all this damage that he's able to do with it. And I mean, the thing is, like, what? How long did it take to break that shield? Like, he's just using Silali and Diona to break the shield. Which, I mean, you know, that's so 28 seconds it took, right? And then he goes on to like beat it with Gunling and Bennett, which I'm going to like mention right now. I might as well like talk a little bit about the details of the setup, right? All these people, when they make these clears, right, they have to play like close to perfect, perfectly optimized. And so in this case, it's like, oh, you know, shield's almost broken, so he brings in Diona to ult so that it starts doing a little bit of ticks of damage, right? And then here's Silali using her shield or whatever, and then he just wants to, you know, set up the what's it called? The energy for Diona and Silali, I guess, for the next time that Diona ults, because Diona, right, her ult, he has to have C6 to want to do this in the first place, by the way. But yeah, so C6 allows for her ult to give everybody that's in the circle 200 EM, and then Bennett ults to then, you know, give the attack buff, as everybody knows. I shouldn't even have to mention that, but yeah, just know that like this was the setup, right? Like this is how we set it up, and he has to set it up he has to set up carefully, yeah. And then like you saw at the end there, like that was like 87k. So you saw the 122k. So let's just look into that, right? So boom, 122k. That's Bennett's last hit of his hold E, right? And that's with the EM. So as you can EM buff, and as you can see, as it disappears, he does it again, and then boom, 85k. So such a big difference, right? That's the thing. So like what, a whole over 40k damage of increase with 200 EM. That's really crazy. I can't even like imagine, but I'm guessing that Diona is the one that has the instructor set. Let's go find that out, actually. I'm sorry, like, for going, like, rambling on like this, but, like, this is how I work. Okay, she has the elegy set, that's why. Okay. She has the elegy of the end bow, so it's not completely free to play, of course, but don't expect that kind of thing from a video that used all the like 4 stars to do the damage anyway. But level 80 Shanli, that's something I guess to consider, right? He's using his Mist Splitter with the oldest Pyro set, level 81 Bennett, by the way. Like this, like it just goes to show like that level doesn't matter as much when it comes to whaling or getting optimized stats, right? Basically. So he's got the Mist Splitter, and his and it's only rank 1, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, I expect that from Cavern Man though. Like he wouldn't go past rank 1. And then yeah, like what was it called? The artifacts has to be quite godly or whatever, right? How much energy recharge did he have on this guy anyway? It's probably not much, but let's just find out. 137. Okay, yeah, because he's the main DPS, so that's why it matters. Yeah, 237.9. Like engulfing lightning, by the way. Like this is not complete free to play or whatever. I mean, again, expect that with 4 stars if you want to clear the Hera with 4 stars, right? But that just goes to show that like, oh, you don't want to have to use 5-star characters. Well, just pull the 5-star weapon so that you can keep using the 4-star characters. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's budget friendly, but at the very least, weapons like do need less pulls to get to anyway. That one is a fact, actually. But in any case, though, it just goes to show that you can play the game in different ways, right? That's the thing. Like, here he is, like, level 80, 81, and whatever, right? And it's a proof of concept that, like, you know, you don't need this 5-star character, that 5-star character. You don't need not Krai character, right? That's all I'm trying to get at. But, like, another thing is, like, oh, how long did it take for him to clear, right? So, there you go. It took him last second. And that's what I was like worried about basically when making my arguments about these kinds of things, like you need not Krai character or not, right? And you know, like the fact that it took up until the last second makes my argument less worthy basically. But here I am. I will now show you. I mean, you guys should already know from my other video, like I posted it. But basically, I did clear with Nefer, but I needed her signature weapon also to clear it. And when I tried recording it again, I failed 4 times before I got to clear it again. That was crazy. So, let's see here. Let me just go ahead and pull it up. Okay, so like here's the not Krai, here's the Nefer clear, right? And honestly, my rotation felt pretty unoptimized, but for some reason, I cleared it with like 4 seconds left. But the thing is that like, you know, I tried again with more optimized artifacts or whatever. Like the way that it was before was that Nahida was using the sacrificial frags, right? R3, which doesn't matter by the way. And then her laurel was like an HP. No, sorry, it was her goblet. Her goblet was an HP goblet because I didn't look at the main stat. I was only looking at the substats and I was like, okay, that looks pretty good. It has 20% energy recharge. I need that. So that I could get the alt up every single time I switched to her type of thing. But yeah, that was what this clear was anyway. Like that was like this. But as you can see, like I did change it. Now it's like this and like that. Oh wait, that was always like that. But like, you know, and then I have this thing because it has 45 or 46% energy recharge. And every time she uses her elemental skill, she gets 200 EM, which is only 21 less than the sacrificial frags. And like, for some reason, it was harder to clear. Like, hello? Like, what happened? Or, sorry. It wasn't that harder to clear. So, okay, so I mean, is that I failed many times. So let me just like show you one of them, I guess. Like it should be this one. Battle failed, right? And then I was just trying to like figure out, oh, why is it that I'm failing and whatnot. Like I keep looking at my artifacts. It's like, okay, well, there's nothing I can optimize. But I just like I try one more time. Okay, I say one more time, but this was the 5th attempt. And then this one, it worked out. Like I didn't change anything at all. And then what was the clear time, right? It was 116, right? So clear with 4 seconds left once again. Even though like, hello, this was supposed to be more optimized. I had an EM goblet on Nahida this time, but unfortunately nothing really changed. In any case, though, but it just goes to show that you do need to understand your rotations basically, and understand your executions, and also dodging the Hera is important, and like in this video and in the last video, I would be picking up that like little sapling blade buff, sapwood blade buff really late. You would find anyway. You can just look for it in the video, but like, you know, it increases EM for 12 seconds, 120 EM for 12 seconds. This is way better than the Kiev Nekaj Nisut or whatever, right? Like I calculated, I would only gain an increase of like 80 EM, and I had to wait like 3 seconds for that thing to like get that buff up. I can't wait that long, right? Like but in any case though, that's why I prefer this one. It's just like, it's just a preference kind of thing though, because like once you get that key up, you know, the uptime is 100%. This one is only 12 out of 20 seconds basically, is basically what it is anyway. But I mean, the thing does have 10 seconds to be picked up, I believe. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. For a maximum of 10 seconds. Yeah. In any case though, let's see here. But yeah, let me talk about my stress, okay? Like how I spent 8 hours or 10 hours trying to clear without Nefer, okay? I tried so many things. I tried to do Milk on you, and that was like complete shit. I tried to do Neuvillette, which was my first choice, by the way. He had the prototype Amber, and then like it wasn't working out. I was trying to go vape Neuvillette, and I don't even know what my team was for vape Neuvillette actually. Now that I think about it, I just remember that like I tried to use Xiangling or whatever, right? But you know, I do have like, okay, so I attempted so many times and it didn't work out. It was like he was doing so little damage. Like it was laughable. I tried to have so Furina, when I cleared on Skirk's end, it had Furina, so I had to take Furina out for Neuvillette. That's how desperate I was. Then I tried to take someone else out for Neuvillette, from Mavuika's team or something like that. And that didn't work out either. And yeah, like what can I say, right? I attempted so many times and it wasn't working. And so I was so distraught, right, that when I went to sleep that night, I would then have a dream, and that dream was vape plunge Neuvillette because I have Shangyun. And then you know, I woke up in the middle of the night, or I guess like around almost 5 a.m, like 4:47 a.m, right? And you know, I tried it. I tried to do vape plunge Neuvillette with Xinyan. In any case though, why with Xinyan was because so I wanted to actually, I wanted to do it with Yanfei, but my Yanfei is like level 20. And I have her at 6 cons, right? But I don't have the money to build her. Okay, I have no money. Yeah, so I just did not want to have to, not just no money. I didn't have any books either or whatever, right? I didn't want to have to like use up all these resources for a gimmick that I don't even know if it's gonna even work, right? That's the thing. But, you know, I wanted her for a shield, and I wanted her for the Thrilling Tales, you know, to put on the Thrilling Tales for Vape Neuvillette, basically, right? And yeah, that didn't really work out. But, like, Vape Plunge Neuvillette, I do have a video. I have a video of it. Yes, I did. I was actually showing it. In any case, though, here it is. Okay. Let's see. Here, right? No? How about here? Over here. Over here. No. Okay. Let's just go all the way here. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so I have the plunge set, as you can see at the bottom, the attack icon with 5, right? And you know, by using charge attack, it fills up the stacks right away. And then like I'm just doing, because I only get 8 plunges, so that's why I weave in some normal attacks anyway. Which I think only the first one got vape or whatever, but in any case, as you can see, right? There it is. But isn't there like a better example somewhere? Like I could have swore. No? Okay, whatever. I mean, I was looking for the one with yeah. Okay, maybe this one? No? Yeah, but as you can see, energy problems, right? That's the thing. Lots of energy problems. Yeah, so I would then go on to like deal with the energy problems, but I mean at the end of the day there were still like issues anyway. Let's see here. This should be the one where he like does a lot more damage. Yeah, this is the one. But yeah, as you can see, that was the most damage that I done with the plunge, and you know everything had to come together for that to happen. Nahida alt. Xinyan, I have her on the Royal Mask set or whatever, Noblesse, right? I have Xinyan on the Songs of Days Past set. But yeah, I mean, like, that was pretty good damage for what it was worth, I guess, right? In any case, though, you know, that's all to say that I was so desperate to clear this that I tried gimmicks, and obviously as you can see here, it didn't even get to half HP, and even when I did optimize the energy, it would only get close to half HP by the end of that. I just, you know, I'm a tester, and at heart, and like I wasn't even testing for the clear, I was just testing for optimization. In any case, though, you need C2 Xingyan. That's all I can say about this. Anyway, yeah, supports and weapons, they do a shit ton, but you do have to look for the right ones, right? Like, I mean, for that guy to clear, he needed a mist splitter on his Bennett. He needed the engulfing lightning for the Zhangling and whatever. Like, these two are such godly weapons to have stayed relevant even to this day. And Staff of Homa is also one that stayed relevant to this day for a while. But in any case, though, moving on. By the way, why I'm talking about my hardships in the first place is just to tell you that, like, you know, I should be agreeing with those day one Redditors, day one complainers, okay? Like, I should be. And I at some point I did fold. Like, yeah, they're so right for this one. Like I folded for like 5 minutes or something. But, you know, when I think about it, it's like I watched a lot of clear videos even before that, and it's like, you know, how to do this, how to do it that, whatever. And then like I find out, okay, this is what's the most relevant thing about talking about my Neuvillette, how I couldn't clear with him, is that somebody else cleared it with Vape Neuvillette the way that I had it set up too, by the way. Like, I had Nahida, Xiangling, Furina, and Neuvillette. But I would show that video. I looked for it everywhere. It was very recently watched too, by the way. But the guy, I think he just deleted it. I don't know why though. Like, I hate that it was like deleted. That's the only explanation, because I looked through my history. It's like, why is it that I had to go far back in my history to find this? This should not take this long. And lo and behold, like, I just can't find it in general. Like, it's just not there. And then like I just go to search YouTube. Yeah, I'll just go to search YouTube, and then like I'll just go to filters, and I'll just go like today, because it was very recent, okay? Like within the 23 hours, right? That's the thing. And I was like, why can't I find it? Why can't I find it? And I was like, I looked through all these other videos too, by the way. It's like, the one with the prototype Amber. I gotta find the one with the prototype Amber. And then like, you know, I would just like go to the stats or whatever after the thing, right? And then find that, oh, they're using 5-star weapons, you know, they're using his signature, they're using his Mualani's signature. In any case though, point is though, like, because of that video, I basically concluded, you know, it was just a skill issue on my part, because my Neuvillette is pretty built, and like I checked his Neuvillette too. By the way, this is he's on sacrificial frags, because actually I don't know why he's on sacrificial frags. He should have been on Widsith. But in any case though, oh, it's probably because I did a lot of switching around or whatever. But in any case though, going back to, oh yeah, I switched off of Sucrose. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, point is, you know, he had the prototype Amber, and his Furina had her signature weapon, but I don't think that that matters, okay? Because, like, the thing is that I have C1 Furina, okay? Like, that basically equals it out, I think. But in any case, though, because, like, Fav Furina gives energy to everybody. Anyway, prototype Amber, and then like my set's not that bad. It's like I got HP, I got crit, I got hydro damage with HP and crit. I got this with even has a tiny bit of elemental mastery on that thing. 21, and then like yeah, you know, right, like all that stuff. And the energy recharge wasn't too bad, I guess, right? 116. His was also around there anyway. Like his was like at 118. But yeah, if I'm able to like recall all this, it just means I'm just like proving that, not proving, sorry. It just really sells that, you know, I'm not just making this up, right? But in any case though, and then I would like to check his other ones, Shangling and Nahida. And the difference between his and mine were actually that his Nahida was using Favonius Codex, and his Shangling was using the Favonius Lance. But I could have swore that mine was also using Favonius Lance at the time too, when I was like putting her in. Because I was having such energy troubles that like even after putting in the Favonius Lance, thinking that maybe that would be enough, obviously it wasn't. Like, and his Nahida, even though she had the Favonius Codex in, his was built on EM. It was not built with any crit rate in mind. Like, he did not have the crit rate circlet up. So it's like, did that Favonius Codex even do much? Not really. It's like a chance, a very, very small chance of particles coming out of it. And he was just like relying on that. But, you know, it is better than using the sac frags in that manner. And it's just because, like, you know, sac frags, when you use her E, is not like 3 particles are gonna come out. The 3 particles only come out when she does a reaction, right? And that's when it comes out. But in any case, though, point is that like Favonius Codex would have still been better for her anyway. And you know, better to have some particles coming out at some point rather than nothing at all. And you know, it gives her energy recharge. You know, she's a solo Dendro, so she does need to get that ult up as soon as possible or whatever, right? I believe I checked the details on their energy recharge, and it was like around the same as mine, honestly, like around 180. But yeah, so there you go. You know, like not just skill issue, but also like what weapons are they using, what set are they using, right? I don't remember which one had the instructor set, but I believe that Nahida was the one with the instructor set. It has to be either her or Xiangling, right? That's the thing. And I doubt that is Xiangling, because after you know, the enemy is permanently under pyro, right? She can't. Instructor set needs the person to do the person that equipping it to do the reaction to get it to work in the first place, right? That's the thing. And so like I guess that she'd just be using this set. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, she was just using this set. He's like, oh, I'm just not gonna switch it out, type of thing, right? Because like I mean, you do need to do more damage with pyro anyway, which does not really matter if they're getting burned anyway. Like, come on, you just don't use any hydro at all. Also, a smart play that he did was if Furina's E is up, he just switches it over to the healing mode so that her you know her troop wouldn't attack the Hera while he has that shield mode up. By the way, sorry for all the coughing. I mean, this is I'm so glad that I'm like pausing the video every now and then because I just need to take a drink or whatever. In any case, though, so yeah, you know, 10 hours wasted, not wasted, sorry, but like, these other people that are putting these videos up, you know, they do a lot of testing and whatnot. And the point I really wanted to get across was just that, like, just wait a few days before complaining, right? At least 3 days. Like, people should not be allowed to complain until 3 days have passed. And even though I succumbed to the not cry thing, right? I'm still not gonna say that it was a not cry shill, because one blatant reminder of it not being a not cry shill is the whatchamacall her name, Frost, the operative, the Fatui operative. There you go. Like, you see plenty of videos of Jean just like completely you know, what's the word? Well, basically cheesing the Fatui operative, right? And first day on Reddit, somebody showed it off, beating menacing using only Jean. You know, menace. Sorry for all that you know, by the way. Please forgive me. You know, don't take a shot every time I say that. Anyway, it's very bad for you. Anyway, but yeah, after that, right? There was another guy. Here it is. It has to be this guy, right? Nova B Make. No, it was not him. Sorry. Let's see. DHC. No? It's not this guy. Actually, let me just check the dates of these. Again, I'm such a October 30th. Yeah, it's very recent, right? Exactly, right? So, it's a DHC WSP. This is the guy that discovered it. Okay. Glitchless. Okay, so let me just go to his channel. And then dire mode, blah blah blah. Clear with Stygian, no artifacts. There you go! Okay, 2 days ago, 60k views. So the issue was like I searched for Jean, and he doesn't have Jean in here. But yeah, and then it's not okay. He didn't discover it. Thankfully, he credited the person that discovered it, right? Like, this is the type of person that like I truly respect, and like they are the real MVPs, and these are the guys that you should always watch. Not MMO Jack, okay? MMO Jack, he'll just go like, oh, you know, just bringing out the old, shut up, okay? Like, you literally just stole it from someone else. Like, like the fact that you don't credit other people means that you're not willing to, you know, you're basically a stealer, right? You're just someone that likes to steal content. But in any case, though, the MMO Jack, he has a lot of subscribers and whatnot, so that's why his method works. But that's why I'm so that's not why I'm so against it, but it does play a big part of why I'm against it too, right? It's like 30%, the other 70% is just like that's just, that's the wrong thing to do as a human being, right? To just take credit for everything when you're not the one who discovered it, you're not the one who figured it out. You didn't do any you didn't do any thinking at all. You just watch some Chinese videos, right? It's always the Chinese that discover it at the end of the day, that always do the work. And then DHC, right? Uh, he'll credit them, but also he himself is a very skilled player anyway. Like that's another reason that I respect him so much. Like this is the kind of guy that should be getting all their subscribers, not MMO Jack. But in any case, though, this is this and that's that. Now moving on. The point I was really getting at with this was that you could use these characters that you wouldn't use otherwise for Stygian Onslaught, right? Uh, and then just save your best characters for for the rest. Skirk on the zombie guy, and then Mavuika on the Hera, right? Like easy, done and deal. But the thing is, oh, I don't have Stygian. That's the issue. So now because I don't have that, it's like, okay, well, there you go. Finally somebody got used for Stygian, but like just because I don't have her doesn't mean I should be complaining. This is why I appreciate Stygian Onslaught, and this is like the biggest example of why. But like I have many more reasons than that. Like this isn't the only reason, right? The Futui operative just keeps on getting bullied. Like this is not the only one this is not the only cheese, right? There's another one where people just stand on a rock because she won't put up her shield if you stand on a rock. She'll just get close to you and do nothing. She's just walking around. And then this guy gets his mono geo clear because of that. But like using C6 Shilonen. But hey, he got it, right? That's the thing. Oh. Oops. But that's just all to say though, right? Like that the Fatui operative allows for teams that you wouldn't usually use and a lot of cheesing, right? And you just have to figure it out from there, right? Like, but not everybody has Skirk, not everybody has Mavuika, right? And then like obviously fine, not a Krai character there, but like there are plenty of other types of clears without them at the end of the day. I should also add, like, okay, Chlorinde and Arlecchino, they benefit really well from this, from the Frost operative, right? I mean, this is all to say that, like, the Fatui operative allows you to be more flexible, right? You can use themes that you wouldn't usually use for that, but okay, let's just talk about the other ones now. I mean, easiest example is Cavern Man here, right? Like, he uses Bennett for the first one, and then he uses Diluc. Okay, this doesn't count. He has Lalma, and then this one, he's using Yoimiya. Okay, so that's 1 point to the complainer because he used Lalma, the second one. But I mean, one not Krai character, come on, like. It doesn't really help because it's like, oh, you have to have either Mavuika and Skirk, or you can't beat this without not Krai characters. Is basically what it's saying. It's like, no matter what, it's like if you need even one not Krai character, then it does help their argument. But that's not to say that they are completely in the right, right? It's like, oh, just because you win in that, it doesn't mean that you are all right? Like you are 100% correct, right? So I search no nod cry, right? And then this guy says no Natling unit, no nod cry unit. Wait a minute, this was 1 month ago. That does not count. Huh. Okay, but there's this guy. Look, he has a Traveler, Yalan. Like he doesn't have any nod cry character, right? He doesn't have Skirk. He only has Mavuika. I think that that's still a win, because I mean at the end of the day, that's at least one less of the powerful character of of the Mavuika and Skirk combo, right? Like you don't have both Mavuika and Skirk, you only have Mavuika. And so that's also to say that it can also just be Skirk instead of Mavuika. Let's go ahead and put that up anyway. So here is what against the Fatui operative, right? And here he has against the Hera. And what does he do anyway? Like I'm just so curious. Okay, he's burning. So this is to do a vape team, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. So this is a vape team then. Let's see what he also. So this is what I always do every single time, right? Like I just check the sets. And I want to look for Traveler. So still using the Cinder City for some reason. That's quite interesting. I can't see it working. But maybe it worked right before he goes into that mode or whatever, right? I don't know. But in any case, though, he if it doesn't work, then that just works better to the argument, because that's just to say like, oh, he didn't have a set buff, you know, and therefore he beat this without a set buff. He with one less set buff, right? That's the thing. Okay, but let's also look at some other things. So we have the Traveler, right? So I'm very picky about what I count. So we had the Traveler. He has Sacrificial Sword, D6. That's not a problem. Okay, look at that. C2. Nahida. Okay, maybe C2 doesn't really matter actually, because it's like permanent burning. I don't think that there's any version going on anyway. I didn't see any version, but before I check, right here, she has the instructor set, so that's also really good. And she has prototype Amber. That's also really good. It helps the team out with the energy and the healing. And then like what was it? I mean, they definitely need it because Furina's ult, right? That's and then we got oh wait, let's see, EM HP. This is an HP percent instructors. Hello? Do you need that? Oh, he add healing. Look at this. A healing circlet, a healing bonus circlet. What the heck? Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, this guy went crazy. So he had to get really creative at the end of the day to like get even a little bit out of her ult. But here it is. It's like the issue here is that this is a C2 Furina. So what other free to plays have to get C2 Furina and Aqua Simulacra for Yalan? That's like 4. Like I've been seeing this trend of like, oh, like the numbers are dependent on what premium that you had to pull, right? So Yalan is a premium 5-star character. The weapon is a 5-star signature weapon, so that's a premium. But I mean, even if it's not, I guess it can still be a premium at the end of the day, maybe. Or maybe who knows what the thing is on that. That doesn't matter right now. The point is that like, okay, and then you have Furina, that makes 3, and then you have C2, which makes 5. So, premium of 5, right? That's the issue with that. So that doesn't really help my argument at the end of the day. If you're gonna get C2 Furina, right? You could have had a Mavuika, you could have had a Skirk, right? So that doesn't really help me. But yeah, I mean, like, the only argument I was ever trying to make though is that you don't need not cry characters, right? But at the end of the day, it is also it is they do have some right to complain if you have to have like a lot of you have to have constellations and whatnot. And then like you have to have both Skirk and Mavuika, or you have to have a Mavuika and and constellations on a character or whatever. But as I said before, there was a Neuvillette that cleared the Hera and vape Neuvillette, which used prototype Amber. I wish that he didn't delete his video or whatever it was, but you know, it is what it is or whatever. And he used Nahida, he used Changling, and he used Furina. It's like you could have a Mavuika, you could have a Skirk on the second the zombie guy. Zombie guy would definitely be the hardest to like say, oh yeah, like you don't need Mavic or Skirk for this, or not cry character, right? Because a lot of them have at least one not cry character, or they're using Mavic or Skirk. But usually it's gonna be Skirk. But you know, like at least you don't need Furina for Skirk. I proved that much at least. For this one, you know, he used Hu Tao, Sit Lolly, Sucrose, and Shangling, right? That's another thing. So like that's all to say that, you know, have Mavuika, have Skirk, have a Nardcry character for just this one guy, right? Or just the second the zombie guy, right? Call him zombie guy. But at the end of the day, I did have to do a lot of research, so that also comes into play as well, I guess. When it comes to people complaining, it's like people don't have all the time in the world to be doing so much research, right? That's why they go to these kinds of clear videos to like to see what's up, right? And if it's mostly like this, like people like, I guess I say like me, but I'm not good enough to be like really make really short videos showing you what kind of what kind of like units you can bring to like make it the cheapest possible and still clear it right on Fearless. But this video at least not compiles it, but at least it helps you if you do watch this video to like think about how to go about things, right? And then like at the end of the day, I would say that they are like somewhat right? Like I'm not gonna say they are completely wrong. All I'm saying is that I appreciate Stygian Onslaught for giving you some flexibility, right? And that was like not even the main argument. All that was just to like basically I'm debating on how right they are and how wrong they are, basically. You know, there's no such thing as completely right and there's no such thing as completely wrong. You just have to be able to like decide which factors are wrong and right. Basically, it's like, okay, this is right, this is wrong, type of thing, right? It's like if I had to do all this much research and I had to like spend 8 hours, 10 hours failing, and then I had to build a not cry character, then yeah, they can kind of get the win on that. Like, but all I'm saying is that I appreciate Stygian Onslaught for making the Frost Operative so cheesable, right? Because they didn't have to. Like, for many years, they didn't, allow for boss monsters to get frozen. they didn't allow for boss monsters to have their poise broken, right? It would only get broken if you like did some kind of mechanic, broke some kind of mechanic. It's like, oh, you break the Fatui guy's shield, and now he's stunned for like 5 seconds, okay? And then after that, he goes back to doing whatever, right? But there's no. Okay, well, okay, he did have poise though, to break, but that's not the point, okay? Like the point is that it's like before him, enemies were kind of like that, right? Basically. And like that one Aeon Blight Drake where you basically had to have two main DPSs of different elements, right? He didn't what's it called? Have poise to break, right? You had to take him down 25% HP at a time, and then he'd be stunned for like 5 seconds each time he went down a quarter HP, right? Like it's not like he had a poise to break. But now they're bringing back poise, so they're bringing back frozen, and that gives you more options of how to deal with this, right? Oh my god, that just reminded me. Now that I just said that, I saw an Ayaka clear without Skirk. There you go. Of course you need a Scofier, but hey, at least you didn't need Skirk for that. Let me look for that. Okay, after searching, I couldn't find it. I don't know why. I saw it on my feed or in recommended or whatever. Um, but yeah, like I can't find it. But if I did find it, if I did find it though, I would have analyzed it to see what constellation Ayaka was and whatnot. Like what went into clearing it, right? But because I can't find it, that means I can't even like at least do that much before even saying yes, this is doable, right? But I mean, I doubt it'd be doable myself. Now that I think about it, because like, to clear fearless, with Skirk, on my end, I had it. It took me 110 seconds. How is Ayaka gonna clear it, right? That's crazy to say. Now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, point still stands. At least you can use freeze, even though Skirk is the only freeze that you can use. But it makes it more fun. It makes it like less of a headache to deal with. Like he can't attack as much. The Frost Operative can't attack as much. By the way, the Frost Operative, even though she has 70% resistance to cryo, is what I heard, or some shit like that, right? Still could clear her easily anyway because you can freeze her with Skirk anyway. And apparently you could clear her with Neuvillette too. I'll just go ahead and find that. Finally, something that I could find. Like what the hell? What was it? All these like teams that just like these awesome clears that never that just like I lose I lose the videos. It's crazy. But in any case, though, here you go, Frozen. Look at that. He can't recover his HP, and yet he's still able to clear this. And then we go to the team builds, right? Oh well, at the very least, I'll let it like kind of finish in a way. Even though it was like taking a long time. But he was doing like 33k damage or whatever. I swear to God, if it was like a C1 Neuvillette, does that count? I don't know. That's up to you, I guess. No, it was C0. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. But yeah, so C0, well, I mean, I mean, it's just a stat stick. It's just an 88 crit damage stat stick. I think that's fine, right? Like, come on. Like, maybe allow it, I guess. Yeah, allow it anyway. I mean, okay, it also has 20% increase in max HP, so that's more of a stat stick than I thought. But he's not getting any of these other benefits, right? But it is still double stat stick, so I guess it doesn't really count, in a way. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? But I did find the video. This was the one that I was talking about anyway. And he was using a Scofia and so Lolly. Is it Lolly eats Papa? Anyway, and then yeah, like what really counts? Whatever. I mean, at least they don't have constellations. I that's something. Um, then like it's not like all these other characters are using 5-star weapons. I believe that this one should be a Favonius. Let's see here. So we got Festering Desire. There you go. And then we got a Prototype Amber. There you go. With Cinder Sea. There you go. Huh? Like she was a support. Okay. I mean, you can pull that eventually from standard or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, like any of these can be just a 5-star stat sticker or whatever. It could even be a Primordial Jade for all anybody cares, right? Because at the end of the day, right? Let's say it was a Primordial Jade, then you just give her a little bit more energy from the artifacts instead. Like, what does it really matter, right? Yeah, I usually don't really count these kinds of things. These non-signature weapons, they're just like whatever's. But yeah, so because you can end up pulling them eventually. That's all. And how long did it take for him to clear anyway? That's another factor, something to factor in, right? Like the fact that she was at this shield thing, right? And her HP is this low means that 5-star weapon did not matter. Escofia is 5-star weapon, and hey, maybe even the Neuvillette's 5-star weapon actually does not matter that much anyway either, right? Because I think that if you get this low on the HP, like and you clear with the shield, with getting rid of the shield, around like what was this, last second or something? Let's see, 118. Okay, that's still doable, still whatever, right? But like when breaking the shield, it takes a lot of, she takes a huge chunk of damage, which is why I think that Widsith could have actually done the job, because Widsith, right? You only need to get 2 out of 3 buffs to get the one that you want, right? And let's see here. If we were to go to it, those buffs would be either. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. You need that one elemental damage buff. Never mind. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. Oh well. I mean, it's worth trying. Okay. It's worth trying, but yeah, that doesn't really help though. But my point with Escoffier, at least that one, you don't need a 5-star weapon. That much I am keep sorry. That much I can assure you. There you go. But yeah, besides the zombie guy, who I don't have much of an argument for, the Frost Knight Hera and the operative, the Fatui operative, are both like something that are more flexible, right? You don't need non-Krai characters for those, and it's just like it's either Skirk or Mavuika for the Fatui, for the zombie guy, right? And that's like, and the options that you have for them are good enough, I would say. You have Hu Tao, which like a lot of people had Hu Tao anyway, right? I've seen someone do a Mavuika and Xiangling combo. I've seen someone actually just do Xiangling even with Bennett, of course, but you know, all you need is Xiangling even. It's like she also has a no ICD charge attack, You know, she's not really a budget Hu Tao. In fact, she's a better Hu Tao in her own right. But you have to add Bennett on top of that. This Hu Tao did not need Bennett, right? And honestly, there was a Hu Tao that didn't need Bennett or Xiangling either, right? I think. Let me just see if I can find that. I mean, to this one's credit, this one is dire. This one's dire too, by the way. Like that's something to add on top of this. Like, the one that I was gonna look for was just a fearless clear. You know, Hu Tao with fearless clear without Xiangling or Bennett. Like, it's doable because this one is dire, and this one doesn't have Bennett either, by the way. And then, like, you know, you have this Bunny Amber Fearless Clear. So there you go, like, Amber Clear. This one took a complete test of skill, though. So this one doesn't really count because most people can't do this. But it was nice to have it. It was nice to see it. It's like, it's saying that there is a little bit more flexibility at the end of the day, right? That's the thing. Okay, but this one though, this one was like one of the greatest things I've ever laid my eyes on. Okay, like Ganyu by herself is already so difficult to clear with. This is a C0 Ganyu. Okay, let me just add that on top. Like she's using this weapon, but why? No, it's C1. Well, it's still very impressive because, you know, Ganyu relies on charge attack and whatnot. And, you know, is that to say that you're more flexible? Not really. But it did give me hope as one that has a C6 Ganyu. And why is that? Is because of Amber, okay? So, as you can see right here, he just did cryo damage with Swirl. He just did a Swirl cryo. Why is that? It's because Amber's doll can have cryo infusion. You can infuse her doll with cryo. And I was like, do any other constructs do that? Like, are there any other constructs that can do that? Like, it'd be great if they can. That'd be great. But like Zhongli, I know his doesn't. I know Travelers doesn't, right? But does for example, Chiori's construct do it? Because hers looks like it's like that, right? Can Guoba do it, right? I doubt Guoba can do it. Can Ushi do it, you know? Arataki Ito's Ushi. Like he's dancing around too. Can he infuse cryo? Those are the questions that I had going into researching about it. But obviously, like cryo infusing an element to like make it so that it, you know, that you can get the buff off of it with VV, with Anemo VV, right? It is like it's never used. Like who does that, right? But this guy made it so that this is a thing. That's the thing about this, right? And that's why I appreciate Stygian Onslaught bringing back these mechanics that are so old that they're ancient. They might as well have been forgotten, but here they are being used. Like, that's fucking crazy. But yeah, so you know, this has been DTB. I hope that this has been enlightening. I hope that, you know, anybody would watch this or whatever. And I hope that it has been enlightening. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have the skill, just pull for the character. Is not like I had to pull for the character and her weapon, so that's not really like, oh, you can just pull the character. No, you do need like a little bit more than that, right? I mean, I needed well, I don't think I needed a C6 on Cookie, but like, you know, I still needed C1 on I know, I guess. I think, because 80 EM is 80 EM, I guess. This one is not needed though, straight up. Like, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I I am like mostly very budget friendly at the end of the day though, right? It's like all I needed was the character and her signature, um, and everything else was okay. Well, Nahida is a thing, like I can't ignore that. So that's still three. That's three premiums, but it's only three premiums like by comparison. Um, like I don't have Llama. That's something to say, right? Llama would have been way better for this over Nahida. Um, and like I got creative. I have a sapwood blade on Kuki. I have instructors on her. Instant 120 EM for Nefer, and then like I just pick up the 120 EM at any time I want for in the 10 seconds that it's there, right? At least I'm going through the trouble of picking it up too. Like she Nefer has that kind of luxury where she can run for it, and then all she has to do is look at the Hera and do a charge attack, and then she'll just like sweep over to the Hera to do her thing, right? Like that's the thing, right? But I had to do a lot of testing to get this done at the end of the day, because it's like, oh, free to play isn't enough. Like that really sucks. I had to spend 27 fragile resin. That also sucked. And having to build up weapons and whatnot. Like this is her with the with this weapon, right? Like I was using the Aetherlight Spin loop to do a test just to see how much damage she did. It's like, okay, 39k or whatever. Is that really enough though? So why I did this testing was to see by the end of it how much HP does he have left, right? It's to decide whether I need to buy, sorry, if I need to pull for her signature weapon. Like, oh, by the end of this, he's half HP. By the end of it, and is Black Meryl Lantern gonna get the rest of it? No. Is the Frost Moon thingy gonna get the rest of it? Which, let's see, what was it called? Dawning Frost. Is that gonna get the rest of it? Like it's supposed to be better than the Black Meryl Lantern at R5 or what? Oh, sorry, they're around the same at like this at R1 and that at R5 are like similar, is what I found videos telling me. So I had to do that kind of research as well. So it's like, okay, well, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to get this to more ranks, or I'm just gonna have to get her signature, right? Like it's either at least R2, R3, R4, R5 on this thing to like even see a chance of myself clearing happening. But no, I got the signature weapon. Very lucky. I'm very grateful for it. I was very I was very lucky and very grateful to get Aino losing a 50-50 to Aino on the weapon banner. Like I'm very lucky for that. I'm very lucky for getting Nefer winning the 50-50 on that. Like, and then here I find that I failed 4 times, and then when I did clear, I had 4 seconds left. Like, it's very clear that I needed the signature weapon to clear it, okay? It is just not a question, right? It's like even if I had R5 of this, I don't think I would have cleared it, because this like gives me not only 88% crit damage, it gives me an 8% crit rate and gives me 80 EM on top of that. And then on top of that, 24% crit damage for 4 seconds. Like, and then when you have both of them, it's increased by 50%. Like this is now 120 EM and this is now 36 crit damage on my Lunar Bloom. Like, hello? There's no way that I was gonna clear it even if I had made this constellation at 10, like just sorry, constellation skill at 10, like even if I had an R5 frost moon, it just ain't happening. It just ain't, okay? Like I needed the weapon. I just needed it, okay? Um but in any case though, so there you have it, right? Like you do I folded because I did not have the skill to make Neuvillette happen with his vape, and 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 I could have had I could have had his build, right. um that one guy that I was talking about that deleted his video, but instead I folded for Nefer. But at least I didn't need Llama. At least I put in some creativity to make it work, because I needed all these things to fall into place. Building my Nahida for energy recharge, she needed that 185 energy recharge. I know needed this constellation, which that's not anything to say for, really. That's like saying that, like, okay, well, I still have to pull at the end of the day, right? But you know, I have this Kuki with instructor set and sapwood blade, which I thought up of myself, right? I mean, I could have went to Luz's video to find it though. Thank God for him. But you know, sapwood blade, very necessary. Uh, I had the key of Kaj Nasat or whatever, right? But you know, I'm not gonna use that because I'm not gonna wait 3 seconds. But I could have waited 3 seconds, because the thing is that, like, you know, uh, what difference does it make if I just wait 3 seconds while breaking his shield? I just attack with her just a little bit, right here and there, while I'm waiting for her to do three E's, or three of her E, and then I could just, you know, break the rest of the shield after that with with the lunar charge, and I would just have 100% uptime of 80 EM, right? That's not that bad. But in any case, though, it was a preference choice, is all I'm saying, that I went with Sapwood Blade instead. But hey, that's also to say that you didn't have to pull for Key of Kosh Nasut. Like, you could have an R5 Sapwood Blade that's free to play friendly. So there's that, right? There are some flexibilities, is all I'm saying, right? You just need to be, you just need to, like, work for it, right? But here I have it. There's that. Even though I didn't have this particular skill to make free to play friendly happen, you know, it's like, oh, pull for not cry characters. Like, well, it's not completely not cry shill. Like, I still had to work for it at the end of the day to make her work. And that, like, Neuvillette, it was still a possibility. Like, and I had C1 and Furina, but you know, like, have some flexibility. At the end of the day, there are, like, lots of options out there. Like, we saw the Hu Tao, we saw the Xiangling, we saw the Bennett with Xiangling. Like, those are some things with Frost Knight Hera, right? Anyway, that's the video. I gotta go now. Sorry for this long rant or whatever, but I just have to make that point, put that point across, right? Like, yes, they did have some credibility this time, but at the end of the day, you should still wait 3 days and look for any flexibility in helping you out, right? And if all these things don't work out, it is a skill issue, right? It is not that, okay, it's like, oh, these characters, like, come on, you're doing endgame content, is fearless. You have to have some built teams, right? That's the thing. And this is it. Like, the rest is on skill after that.